Hi there, Deirdre here. Just popping in today to just talk to you a little bit about the current energies and the things that we might all be experiencing and feeling at this time. It's not an easy time. That energy is very, very heavy, very intense, and very deep. And the reason for this is because of the major planets that are in retrograde motion at the moment, amongst other things. But that's what we're going to talk about today. So we've got Chiron and Saturn and Pluto all in retrograde. So when planets are in retrograde motion, they encourage us or push us or prompt us to go within, to look at what is going on inside of us that is stopping our progress or our happiness or our success in life. And so often what we need to then look at, or what's been sort of shaken up a little bit or triggered, are our belief systems, things that we've put in place within ourselves that we often have used to protect ourselves, to think, well, if I just think this way about myself or about my life, then I won't be challenged, or it won't be so difficult, or I won't be, blindsided when things happen. But, the more we limit ourselves or use our belief systems to hold ourselves back in any way, or to put ourselves down, or not push ourselves as hard as we can, or as hard as we're capable of, the more we sort of set up a sense of lack of self-love and lack of self-belief. Now, Chiron in Aries at the moment in retrograde is a huge learning curve for everybody on those age-old lessons. Am I good enough? Can I stand on my own 2 feet? Can I do my own thing? And I know I've talked to you about this before, but what I'm noticing is that now that Chiron's gone stationary and is now fully in retrograde motion, we're really starting to feel these energies. Things are going very deep, and you are going to be triggered time and time again by people, by situations, by things. Anything that is going to trigger a lack of belief in yourself is going to come up at this time. So, it could be people that trigger it. It could be an experience. It could be a job. It could be anything that triggers it. But it's not about the trigger. It's about what it's triggering and how you can get on top of that, and how it's affecting you. So the best thing to do right now is to just go with it. Don't, no matter how much you're hurting, or how much you're being triggered, or how much you're reacting to what's going on, it's not a good time to actually allow that reaction to override everything else. Because the thing is, because it's so deep and so intense, you're acting from a space of hurt. You're not actually acting from a space of being in your higher self energy, where you can take on these things, where you can rise above these things, where you can see them for what they are. At the moment, we're still in that triggering phase where everything hurts, everything's an attack, everything is a struggle. It's really, really hard at the moment. So if you are struggling, if you are finding it difficult out there, you're not alone. This is what we're all going through. So, with this Chiron in Aries energy, we're healing ourselves and our beliefs of whether we're good enough or not. With Saturn and Pisces, we're cutting through the illusions of where we might have told ourselves things about ourselves or about our lives or about other people that just simply aren't true. We have to cut through to the authenticity and the reality of what's really going on. And then with Pluto in retrograde, it's all about that deep transformation. So what's being triggered there are any feelings you might have that you're too weird, or you don't fit in with other people, or what you believe in and what you do is just so different to what other people do, then there must be something wrong with it. So all of these very deep senses of who we truly are being triggered at this time, so that you can step into your power. But of course, to step into our power, we've got to work through all the stuff that's stopping us from getting there. So just be aware that everything that's challenging you at the moment, everything you're feeling, everything you're going through, and everything you might see as coming from the outside as a challenge to you personally, is all designed to act as catalysts and triggers to get you to move forward, to let go of self-defeating beliefs, of lack of self-love, of lack of self-belief, because you have done nothing wrong. You have no reason not to believe in yourself. You haven't always got it right. Who has? But you've got to keep going. And that's what this challenge is at the moment, is just soldier on, people. Just soldier on as well as you can, and know that this too shall pass. And until it does, also know you're making a lot of headway. You're doing a lot of inner work. You're clearing a lot of old stuff that's been there probably from your ancestors. I mean, part of our generation and the lives at this time on the earth plane are very much about clearing ancestral karma. So not only will you be clearing your own old wounds, your old triggers, your old lack of self-belief, those sorts of things, or those core beliefs that are corrupted in some way, but you're actually healing it for your ancestors. And I think it's a good time to look back at your ancestral line and just look if what you're struggling with now is something that you remember seeing your mother struggle with, or your father struggle with, or a grandparent struggle with. And if it is, if you can see a similarity there, just know that what you're going through, you're helping your entire family line, 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. So it's worth it. As hard as it is, I promise you it's going to be worth it. So hang in there. Kia kaha, as we say here in New Zealand. You've got this, and stay strong. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.